What's up everybody, it's your boy Chad Viper and we got another video for you today. In our Karen guide that we released about a day ago, we said how hyped we were for the release of Street Fighter V, and we are still hyped a day later, nothing changed. So today we have a Necalli guide for you that will help you hit the ground running with Necalli when the game releases in about 2 weeks. So with that being said, let's get started. I think Necalli is a very strong character in Street Fighter V. He does a ton of damage, and he's sort of like that rushdown evil character to replace evil Ryu. So with that being said, let's get into the pros and cons of Necalli. Necalli does a shitload of damage. He hits really hard. If you like to play characters that hit hard and do a lot of damage and you're just gonna eat your opponent's life bar away, then Necalli is for you. He really hits hard. Necalli has a very good dash as well. His forward dash is so quick, and it's going to allow him to apply some serious pressure and really stay in on his opponent, because I think Necalli needs to really stay in this game in order to, get off and do what he's good at. His back dash is kind of buns, so you don't want to be mashing out back dash to get out of certain situations, especially if your opponent's making a read. It seems really slow, but his forward dash seems to be good on, keeping the pressure. Necalli is really good at a close range. You don't really want to be mid-range or full screen with Necalli. You want to be as close as possible, and that's even just how his normals work. He does have some really good buttons or normals. His crouching and standing jab are a 3-frame startup, and his medium punch is about a 6-frame startup. So he does have some good buttons. I just hate the animation. I wish he would just straight punch somebody in the face instead of swiping at them, but that's not what this video is for. With that being said, his crouching medium kick is also decent. It's not the best crouching medium kick. His buttons don't seem to have that much range on them, so this is why I'm saying that you want to really be in and close with Necalli. As far as his crouching medium kick, going back to that, it seems like it has decent to slow startup, and not so good of a range, but I think it'll be useful in how Necalli plays as long as you're using it properly. It doesn't seem like a bad crouching medium kick, but it's not the best in the game. He has some other good buttons as well, like his standing fierce punch, crouching fierce seems to be very good. Crouching medium punch seems to be very good too, 6-frame startup. So with that being said, let's talk about some of his cons. Necalli seems like he can be easily spaced out. He does have some options to deal with projectile characters like Ryu and Ken. He does have a dash special move that allows him to eat 1 fireball, take no damage or great damage, and keep going. So with this, it can be used to punish fireballs, because you can eat the fireball and still get to your opponent. That's the only way he's really going to deal with projectiles. His V skill is a ground pound, but it's gonna allow you to zone out characters, maybe like Zangief, Birdie, characters like that. But if you're not really using it for zoning, then I don't see it being really that good. It's not like C-Vipers in Street Fighter IV where you can throw it out and then cancel it, and high jump cancel it and throw out another. It doesn't work like that. The recovery seems to be pretty decent on it, but if it's red, I believe it can be punished pretty hard. So you have to be careful when you're throwing them out. You can't really just throw them out recklessly. But if you're not using it for zoning, or if you're not using it in a combo, then it's pretty much not going to have any use. So I say it's good for zoning. So that he does. I'm just glad he does have that zone option, in case you want to use it. So I still believe Necalli really needs to get in and be in your face to do some good damage. It can be fairly hard to get in with him, like I said. A pro and con of Necalli, he has to stay in. Like I said before, Necalli really works well in this close range. Mid-range to full screen, he's really not going to be able to do anything. You really want to always be in your opponent's face and trying to rush them down. This is how I'm seeing Necalli being a rushdown character. I really want to see him be played that way, where he's just straight aggression, just straight always coming at you, always in your face, always trying to pester you. I really hope he winds up being played that way, because I don't want to see Necalli being played all defensively, and I don't think he's going to work well that way, just because nature of his mechanics. He really wants to stay in your face to do his thing. I don't see Necalli having that many mix-up options, but this could just be Street Fighter V. The game isn't heavy mix-up oriented like Street Fighter 4 is. He does have a few setups. He does have a dive kick, so maybe instead of, if you get that hard knockdown, you want to safe jump. Instead of going for the cross-up, go for the dive kick. And he also does have a command grab, so this can increase the options that you use to open up your opponent. So if your opponent is just blocking, hit them with that command grab. And we know that command grab does combo in the corner, and it does lead into combos. So command grabs do lead into more damage. So he does have a little bit of, mix-up potential with that. So hopefully people find out more mix-ups for him, and he becomes better in the mix-up category. His V trigger, he basically turns Super Saiyan. And what I love about it is it lasts the full extension of the round. If it didn't last the full extension of the round, I wouldn't like it. I think it would be complete trash, but it does. So I'm sure he's getting a damage boost from this. It definitely increases his forward dash, which is already pretty godlike. So I do see Necalli being a very, very strong character in the game, as long as he can rush down, stay in on your opponent, and open them up for them high damaging combos that he has. He also has good health. I believe he has 1,000 health and about 1,000 stun. So your health is basically, average. So you don't have to worry about, your health dropping too quickly or being stunned too quickly. I imagine he also does a lot of stun. Most characters that do a lot of damage also do a lot of stun. So always paying attention to where your opponent's stun bars, know when you're going to get that stun, or getting that hard V, because they might want to get out because they're going to be stunned. Necalli also has another con about Necalli. He has a pretty butt walk speed. You can't really use his walk speed for footsies or anything like that. It's pretty bad. His wiggle kind of sucks. So that's why you always want to stay in with Necalli. Or using his dash. So I don't see his footsie game being as strong as other characters like Chun-Li or Karen. So you kind of just want to rush down and be in on your opponent. With that being said, this is our quick Necalli guide. I think that's all I have for you guys. Actually, no, I have some more. Actually, let me not stop. His anti-airs. He does have a DP-like move, his up swipes. So this can be used if your opponent is jumping out of the normal or footsie game. Definitely mash out that uppercut. Don't mash it out, guys, okay? I'm saying that, but just DP. If they're jumping in, just DP. He also does have some crouching fierce and standing fierce options to anti-air, which might lead into some resets with ground pounds. If your opponent is safe jumping you because you got hard knockdown, just block. In this game, there's really no reason to be mashing DP on wake up. Mix up in this game are pretty straightforward. It's basically, are you going to cross up or not? Pretty easy to block. So I'm saying on wake up and they're safe jumping, just block. That's probably your best option right now in the game, unless you can get that DP off. But I suggest that you just block. You won't be getting hit with too many crazy mix-ups in the game anyway. So guys, just learn how to block. In this game, blocking is going to be fundamental, and blocking is going to be more important than ever in this game, it seems like. So now that officially ends my Necalli guide. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Chat Viper out.